It's 7 o'clock on February 16th. First on the agenda is to review the minutes of January 25th, which I have. I had a question. Did we get the refrigerator, Lori?
We did.
Okay, awesome. Haven't gotten to use it yet, but you've got it, right?
Right.
Okay, awesome. And were there any other questions about the minutes?
No. So I'll make a motion to accept the minutes.
And I accept them as well. Okay, thank you, Laura. All right, Lori, you get to take it away for number 2, COVID-19 update in relation to Templeton.
Okay. So as you've probably seen from the reports that I've been sending you, our numbers have decreased substantially, which is great.
Yeah.
We averaged about 3 additional cases per day during February, and most of our multi-person families where the households were highly affected have pretty much cleared up. So we came down to, for one day, we were under 10. Today we're
that
back
was great.
up to, yep, back up to what, 13, I think, today. But people need to please remember wearing a mask, washing your hands, still the 6-foot distancing. I know people are finally getting vaccinated, and that's a fabulous thing. But after listening to Mass DPH, our webinar today, got some variants out there.
Yeah.
We went from, I guess Massachusetts went from something like 13 variant cases to 29 overnight, which, doing the math, the population, the percentage is very low, but it's happening. So still protect yourselves. We're still facing the frustration of the amount of vaccine that's coming to Massachusetts. It's getting better, but it's still frustrating. The best bet right now, if you can, as a 75 or older person, keep watching haywood.org. If you can't or don't have a computer, you should call their line, which is, for anybody who's listening, 978-630-8304, and they will help you schedule an appointment. All the mass vax sites are still open. We're looking at, the nurse director at Narragansett had a wonderful idea for our senior citizens. If they had any desire to pair up with a teacher, the teacher would be willing to take a person over 75 for their first shot and their second shot to Gillette Stadium or any one of the mass vax sites. That helps get our teachers vaccinated, and it gets some of our senior citizens out there. Let's see.
I know my dad just had his, and they invited my brother as the caretaker to have his, and then declined, wouldn't let him. So
What?
They changed their mind because there was some controversy over it last week.
Oh,
So,
they
say the number again.
could you say the number again,
978.
Lori? Or I can say it.
What? I'm sorry. I can repeat it.
Go ahead, say it again. Yeah. No, you can say it.
978-630-8304.
Okay. Somebody asked for that again. Thank you.
That's fine. They can also go to haywood.org.
You're coming in and out. Yep.
Oh,
Okay.
weird. Any better?
It could be the weather. Yep.
Okay. So
Okay.
if anybody wants to schedule
All right.
at a mass vax place. They can also call 211. Are we still having problems? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Oh,
you're
okay,
hesitant, but we can hear you.
okay. Um,
You're freezing. Okay,
So we did get the refrigerator. We've worked out our issues with MIIS, which is
okay,
the vaccine keeper of the inventory. So we have a couple more steps to go through. I've taken the training for what's called Prep Mod. And that's it's the online system where we order vaccine, set up clinics. It's the state-run system that they want us to be using. So anytime you have a clinic, it'll automatically report your inventory. You don't have to do it by paper. It's a great program. I'm in touch with Wachusett MRC. I had a nice conversation with Judy today. They would be the ones that help us with our clinics once we get up and running. So we are moving forward every day.
awesome. And I can give injections if needed.
We also
I
have,
have the authority.
that's fantastic. We also have several of our EMTs with the fire department are in the process of taking training
Yeah,
too. And as far as COVID
Awesome.
goes, that's pretty much what I have.
awesome. Hopefully, we're all moving in the right direction. If everybody continues to do what they have to do, that's good.
Right.
So, okay, number 3, the landfill well monitoring contract renewal, which I have looked at. It looks pretty much the same as it always does. Mark does a great job.
He does, and the price stayed the
I'm
same.
assuming you need me to stop by and sign this?
I would appreciate that.
Awesome. That was my one question. Okay. I can do that. I will stop by. Did you have any questions about that, Laura?
No.
Okay, looks good to her as well. All right. And the activities, which you have to just quickly review with us. We know you've been busy, for sure.
So what's really keeping our office busy is there's still a lot of land development. And I've done perk tests right through the winter. Septic systems have been installed right through the winter. And that's what's really, besides COVID, keeping us very, very busy. The rest of it is, our regular work, which thanks to Rhonda, it's a much, I can handle it. But other than that,
Awesome.
we have our regular complaints. We've had a couple nuisance complaints. I can't think of any right off the top of my head. We're still working on the Patriots Road
Okay.
junk area.
Okay.
That's moving forward. And really, that's about it. I mean, life is definitely consumed by COVID.
Everywhere. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
Great. And I think it's hopefully going, like I said, in the right direction. So
I think so.
Laura says we're all broken up
No,
when we're
you.
talking, just me. Okay. I don't have any other comments or reports for the chair. And Laura, do you have any?
I do not.
And she does not either. So just, I guess, Lori, would you review the proper protocol or procedures for quarantining again?
Sure.
And travel?
I think what's important to know is that even with the CDC, you can travel. However, in Massachusetts, when I say you can travel, if you are fully vaccinated and you are within that 3-month period of being fully vaccinated, you can travel outside of Massachusetts and be covered. But in Massachusetts, the governor wants you to fill out the travel form, which is online. And you still have to test, or you still have to quarantine. So even though CDC says you can, Massachusetts asks for more.
Okay.
So,
We seem to be one of the states that's asking for a lot more, because I know other states aren't, so it can be confusing because people go by CDC. So,
very, very true. And what's
and
funny is,
honestly, yeah,
and Massachusetts is actually out of the red. It's
you're
Massachusetts.
frozen. Okay.
I'm frozen?
You aren't anymore. Now you're all set.
Okay, good. So I'll stop making faces. Massachusetts, Puerto Rico, Hawaii, and North Dakota are the only states in the
Hawaii.
white. Yeah. So,
Wow. Okay. Let's all go to Puerto Rico or Hawaii. So
all for
I know
that.
Hawaii had some good offerings if you want to work from your home to go there. So awesome.
Nice.
Would you say North Dakota?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I have a friend who lives in North Dakota. She seems to be doing a lot of traveling, so around the state, but okay. All right. Thank you for reviewing those. And were there any other questions on the YouTube, Laura? No.
No.
So our next meeting, March 22nd?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. At 7 o'clock.
Barring
Okay.
any changes or shuffling.
So I'll make a motion to end the meeting.
And I can second that.
Thank you, ladies, very much.
Thank you, Lori. Have